Oh my gosh, there is smoke in the studio. Hey Dave, are we on fire?
No, Orb, I'm just grilling some dogs and burgers.
Put out that barbecue and introduce the show. I can't hardly breathe in here.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Have fun, everyone. I hope the smoke clears. I got something in my eye. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some fresh air. Oh my God.
It's this Just the News Comedy Club show with your very special guest stars, Yelena Kulick, John P. Smith Jr., Sinclair, Addison, Deb Tahara, and your headliner, Kendra Karbowski, with co-host Vickie Plummer and co-producer Anneliese Wright. And now, without further ado, the master of ceremonies, the Randy Savage of puppets, the burner of burgers, please welcome A-A-Ron! Yay! Yay! I gotta call the fire department. All right, guys, it's another Saturday night, and it's time for this Just the News Comedy Club show where we put 6 great comedians on and have a blast. And yeah, unfortunately, I think I burned all the burgers behind me.
Oh, oh man.
So, yeah, anyone like theirs extra crispy with a side of charcoal?
Hockey pucks.
Yes, they are hockey pucks. In fact, I will sell them as hockey pucks. Just let me know. Or I'll just give them away. You can just have them. I'll just throw them right at you, and they'll probably break through the screen. I should have let my wife cook. Yes, I should have let my wife cook. Actually, she barbecues more than I do. That's okay. I tell the jokes. She just grills me for the information.
At least you have fire to keep you warm. It's a cold Memorial Day.
It's in the 60s here, so I don't know what temperature it is for you there, but it is kind of cold for a Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, it's 45 here in New York. I'm freezing.
Well,
it's like winter.
It's tomorrow. You'll be warmer because it's always like 24 hours. You guys get the warmth we get, so or whatever we got. So you
good. Send it over. Send it over. I'll take it.
By Monday, you should be really nice and warm, and by Tuesday, it'll be so warm you'll be stuck in the office anyway. Oh, it was a fun week for me. I actually gave my 2 weeks notice. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I felt so good about that too. I don't know why. The offer I have, I'm working work from home now. I can actually have my coworker, my dog Twiggy here. I don't have to, I am going to be living the life of luxury. Actually, I know, work is work. It's just different BS in a different place. But you know what? I think I'm ready for a different type of BS. I really am. Oh, so, without further ado, let's get this show rolling, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's get this party started. Up first is Yelena Kulick. Please welcome her from DC, everybody. Woo, 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 woo,
woo. Grew up in Russia, and we were very poor. In school, they would pick on me because of my poor-looking shoes, and the only kind we could afford. Well, now when in America, I have a big shoe collection. Thank you, America. Specifically, pay less. So I met this American man, and he came all the way to Moscow to meet me. And the first thing he said in Russian to me was, "You started a fire in my heart." And I said, "Is that the only Russian you know? Let me teach you something that you could really use while you're here with me. My dress size is 2. So he went to meet my parents to get their approval, and my dad hugged him. My dad is a very warm person. He hugs everybody. He is a Russian Joe Biden. Russians believe that we could solve all our problems with the big, warm bear hug. And if there is still a problem, then we use radioactive polonium. In Russia, when I was a little girl, my parents on Sundays religiously sent me into the forest to pick mushrooms. I was a little suspicious of my parents' intentions. They sent me there alone. I was 5. I remember visiting my grandmother, and she said, you know, next door little boy Nikolai, he got poisoned by those mushrooms he picked in the forest. He almost did not survive. And my dad was like, what part of the forest exactly? Yeah, so as soon as I could, I honored my parents' wish to get lost and moved to United States. So in our home in Russia, when I was growing up, my parents always had the radio on. And the reason was they were afraid that someone could listen into our conversations, and they wanted to keep our family secrets safe. But why then? Then my dad came home late at night. My mom would go, you an idiot. You really think that I would believe that you fall asleep on a train? Go back where you came from. Get out. Traitor. I was once nation's capital tour guide. They told me to tell the tourists all the history that I know. And I did. And they fired me. And I asked, why? And they said, well, we meant American, not Russian history. And I said, now you're telling me? I am interested in this new popular trends in America right now, like cryotherapy. That's where you expose yourself to sub-zero temperature. Then there is intermittent fasting. That's where you starve yourself most of the day, every day. And then there is a minimalism. There you only have a few things at home and you can't own anything. They call this happy and more meaningful life. In Russia, we call this Siberia. Thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, I feel like a big round of applause. And Yelena, can you tell us where we can find you on social media?
Oh, I'm on Instagram, Yelena Kulick, and also Facebook.
Oh, sweet. So go check her out. Are you doing any live shows yet?
I'm going to be performing in New York next week on Broadway Comedy Club on our Friday, 4th. So this is my second live show after the COVID.
Awesome.
Excellent.
That's great to hear.
Woo, that's awesome. Yelena, how long have you been in the United States?
At this point, at 20 years.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And then when did you decide, all right, I'm going to do some stand-up comedy?
Well, of course, not in Russia, because for asking too many questions or making people laugh, they send us to Siberia.
I know.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
They don't do that here. Can you imagine if they did that here? There'd be a lot of comedians that they're like, get out.
At least we get to spend the time with friends, right? Like,
Right? No, that was great. Thank you so much. That was really fun. I read that you studied at Manhattan Comedy School. Is that right?
yes.
Awesome. You're doing great. We're really happy that you could come and do this tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, I would be in trouble because I don't know how many people lean one way or the other, but I used to have, well, I do still have it. It's a Donald Trump puppet. I put him in a shoebox hoping that would bring me good luck. Once in a while, the voice kind of comes out. I've been told I did a set, and all of a sudden I was doing a documentarian voice, and Donald Trump came out. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry about that. Oh, but you can't
Thank
do
you for all
Biden.
the laughs.
I can't do Biden. I just have to put sunglasses on. Go, hey, watch this. Basically, Biden. All right, thank you so much. All right, so you know what? This comic, I was in a workshop with him recently. Dean Lewis teaches some comedy classes. If you guys are really interested, go look up Dean Lewis on Facebook for those comedians watching. He teaches some great classes, and him and I took a class on how to set up a comedy writer's packet for late night talk shows. And that was a blast. 2 nights of 3.5 hour long classes at the little long. Just a
I love your face. You're like,
But it was fun. It was a great little thing, and I gained so much out of that. So please welcome from Pasadena, California, John P. Smith Jr., everybody.
Thank you. I know what you're thinking. He finished all of his hair. Yeah, me and A-A-Ron are done. We're done. So the rest of y'all are jealous with your hairdos. We have hair don'ts. It's crazy. When we want attention, we're like, but I'm topless. Obviously, we're both missing our hair. It's crazy because I used to wash it every day. Years later, I watched it run away. My hair was still oh, you too?
Whoa. You have a heckler.
My hair was staring at me from the sink. We're out of here, man. Tired of you brushing us off. Yeah, and covering us up with that do-rag, it didn't do nothing. It's hard because I went from an Afro pick to a hairbrush to Windex. And a squeegee. This just in news. Headline: the world of golf appears to have a nasty feud going on. Wow, that's crazy. I'm not a golfer, but the first thing I thought is golf cart road rage. Could you imagine golfers showing up with their caddies and their boxing gloves? They're all buying new pieces of golf equipment like the golf club or the fight club. There's a new meaning for a good golf swing. Good uppercut. At every single hole, the announcers are like, let's get ready to rumble.
Quietly.
Yes. You got that one. All right. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I'm going to tell them. All right. I know it's weird. I've been using my code name, John Smith. It's not a default screen name. What's crazy is when people hear my name for the first time, they're like Scooby-Doo. Huh? John Smith? It's because my real name is John Smith, but the most popular fake name is John Smith. That's why it's hard checking into the Marriott, because the clerks verify everything. Huh? John Smith? I'm like, okay, Mr. Clerk, you got me this time. I'm really Jane Doe. No, of course I'm John Smith, but my girlfriend is Jane Doe. What's crazy is there's always a few people who think I'm lying. Policemen are like, huh? John Smith? Give me your real driver's license. What? Little kids and pilgrims are like, huh? John Smith? Where's Pocahontas? And the most brilliant people, like Stevie Wonder, he might do this. My Sherry amor, dissing as a Milky. Wait a second, huh? You don't feel like a John Smith. It's the T. I'm gonna close with this. It's the TJINCCS. They invited me to come, so I just said yes. We're glad to be the ones you came to spend your time with. We thank you all for coming. My name is John Smith.
Oh my gosh. Give a big round of applause, because no one's ever done a rhyme for this show. Thank you so much, John. John, where can we find you on social media, man?
At John P. Smith Jr. John P. Smith Jr.
Junior.
Yep.
Okay, not the third, just Junior. Okay.
Just Junior, yes. The second one.
Oh, are you really the second one on there?
Well, it's about 48,000 of us actually in the United States.
Huh?
Of course there are. Of course there are.
Oh, Reggie, we have a problem. Like,
Oh my God.
Scoob, we got John P. Smith here. Oh, no. John.
Thanks.
Oh my God. John cracks me up. We met in, what was it, September, I think?
Yeah, last fall. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually took a class together too. I was like, let me take a class to polish up some stuff.
Yeah.
And he had me roaring every single week. I was on the floor and I was like, this guy's so funny. And then he was a finalist in the US comedy contest this winter.
Awesome.
Dude is funny. Yeah, he's so good. Yeah, so funny. So I'm so glad you could come on, and I love your new material. This is great.
Thank
So good to see you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was so awesome. All right. Can we get spotlighted back here? I think I can. I'm going to just replace spotlight. Hey, tech issues on Zoom comedy. You know, Zoom's changed something. They now announce this meeting has been recorded. The first time I heard that, I thought, Amazon? Alexa? Son of a bitch.
Alexa,
You guys
is that you?
are watching me now. I know that. Alexa actually listens to you. You got to watch that. So you just hit the button so she doesn't listen to you during, sex in bed. Otherwise, get some of the weirdest ads from Amazon. It's like, wait a second, I didn't say anything. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So just hit that button so she doesn't listen to you guys. Really, I'm being honest with that one. It's scary.
No, the whole Zoom recording thing this week, because I work from home and we work remotely, that do Zoom meetings. I thought it was somebody from my job, and I'm like, who the hell is announcing it every time? I'm like, who is saying that? And I'm looking in all the boxes. I'm like, who's got the weird voice? Not knowing it was an update. And I'm like, who the hell is doing that? And then I did one of the comedy open mics and the voice came on. I was like, all right, who's following me to the open mic? Who is? And then I realized it was an update on the Zoom. And I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? We were worried about Big Brother, but it's actually Big Sister now. Thank you.
Watching at all times.
Series cousin moonlighting.
Yes, exactly. So the next comedian up to the stage actually won my Friday night stand-up comedian game show called Bombing Run. And that's where I put 3 comedians against each other to see who's going to be Joker Ace first place, second, and third. And this comedian won first place a few weeks ago. So I want you, please welcome from Omaha, Nebraska, Summer Sinclair, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Hi. I never found a decent guy to date. When I was young, men would send me dick pics. Now it's worse. They send me pictures of their colostomy bags. I recently dyed my hair back to blonde. I was just tired of being judged. Now when I say something stupid, everyone believes me. I'm from Brooklyn, but I don't feel like a New Yorker anymore. The last time I saw the subway, it was a foot long. I'm a terrible dancer. I keep stepping on everyone's toes. Last time I went to my podiatrist, he was asking me for patience. I've been wearing this new night guard to bed every night, and it really works. Last night, my apartment was burglarized, but my teeth were spared. I live in Nebraska, where weed is illegal. It is so boring there. I have to drink 100 proof alcohol called Buzz Balls. I mean, they should call it Buzz Kills, or I'm suicidal, bitch, or Willy Wonka in the Poison Factory, or Charles Manson Soda Pop.
Whoa.
or Dr. Kevorkian tonic water.
Oh my.
I never had children, so I got a puppy instead. He is such a picky eater. I hope he likes my breast milk. I hate Christmas because it's true. Santa knows if you're naughty and nice. Because whenever I sit on his lap, he looks me straight in the eye and he says, ho. Not ho, ho, ho. He just says, ho. There must be some truth in that. I don't know. My mother is 82 years old, and she's a nymphomaniac.
Whoa.
Last time she had sex was with her cane. I got maid service, and they did a terrible job. Sure, they cleaned the sheets and the windows, but my mother's dirty mouth didn't last a day. I came home the other day, and my mom, she was wearing a mask on her crotch. I said, Mom, what are you doing? She said, I'm trying to help not to spread the disease. I said, it goes on your face. She says, not if you have herpes. My mother is a cougar. Well, she thinks she's a cougar because she likes to date younger men. I wish she was a saber-toothed tiger that she would go extinct. I eat out for every meal. Last time I had a home-cooked meal, my mother took a fork and she slit my throat. My father said, stop. What are you doing? The ketchup is in back of the refrigerator. Thank you. I'm Summer Sinclair.
All right, guys, let's give Summer Sinclair a big round of applause. And Summer, where can we find you on social media?
Instagram, Summer Sinclair 1. I'm also Facebook. It's SummerSinclairOmaha. I'm not in Omaha anymore right now. I'm in Las Vegas, and I have a show on Tuesday. If anybody is in the Las Vegas area, I'm gonna play at the Extreme Comedy Club on Tuesday, June 1st at 9:00.
Sweet, all the way out in Vegas. Awesome, that's cool. Thank you so much, Summer.
All right, thanks.
That's awesome. And Summer, I heard that you have a TV series. Let's see if I can read my own handwriting here, where you played Nadia when the mirror breaks. Is that correct?
Well, that was an old soap opera. It was
an old soap opera.
Yeah, it was a soap opera, but it's not playing anymore. You know, I do acting too, but I haven't done acting in a while because I've been really concentrating on my stand-up for the last year. So I'll probably go back to acting, you know, pretty soon. But as of now, I don't have any acting gigs.
But what was it like being on a soap opera? You have to learn a bunch of lines in like a short amount of time, right?
Well, it was a different type of a soap opera. It was like an internet soap opera. So
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
So yeah, and I kind of like being on that soap opera because when I look back at the old episodes, I could see my old dog that he passed away, and he was an actor too.
Oh, your dog was an actor too.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, he was an actor, and I have another dog now, the same type of dog, but the other dog, he was an actor, and the dog I got now, I'm trying to make him an actor too.
Oh my God, awesome! Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you can get him into the SAG with PETA. I don't know how that really works.
Yeah, I'm trying to put him into my stand-up act. There's nobody ever did that. Have an animal come up when they do stand-up.
Well, you know what? Usually when people hear me do my jokes, they're howling anyway.
Oh, you're right.
Somebody can.
Thank you so much, Summer. You know, it's always fun. You know, Zoom comedy is a great thing because you get to meet comics from all around the world. And I went on one of the Rampantly mics. Now, I don't go on all of them, but Friday nights they have a red mic. It starts at 11 p.m. Eastern. And sign up to, you got to sign up on their Rampantly website and you can do 5 minutes there. And it's hosted by Charlotte Parker and David Parsons, two of the greatest co-hosts besides me and Vickie out there. I think it's a great little show. So I want you to please welcome the person I found on that show, Addison from Boston, Massachusetts, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh, thank you. Happy Memorial Day or happy Memorial Weekend, everyone. Yeah. We're all cold. We're all really cold.
Yes.
I hate the cold. So does my dog. So it's like, when it's cold out, I don't like to go outside. She doesn't like to go outside. She doesn't mind the treadmill. At least she doesn't bark when I tie her up to the treadmill and leave the room. That's a joke. I put her on the elliptical. We're all just imagining that right now. No, she is an emotional support animal. 2 doctors got together and were just like, let's just give this bitch more white privilege. Of course, I have an emotional support animal. Look at me. I'm whiter than the oat milk I make. Again, that surprises no one. They say that your lipstick shade is supposed to be the color of your nipples. But which one? Or is it a combo color of all 3? My friend is getting married at the end of the month. I'm not going to make it to the wedding, obviously. I'll just make it to her next one. Yeah, maybe send her a gift for the 3rd. I got my master's in back in September. Yeah, I got my master's I got my master's in teaching. I'm a high school Spanish teacher now. But you know, in my studies, one cohort member really stood out, and I was always so jealous of her students. So she was a teacher to the hard of hearing community, so her students never had to hear her voice. Like I said, I got my master's. I'm going for my PhD. I'm making my own PhD. Y'all want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I am making a doctorate in adolescent second language acquisition through morphophonemic awareness application. Through morphophonemic awareness and application. All you need to know is I'm smart. Growing up, my dad wanted me to be an engineer, and my mom just wanted me to be happy. So I'm a disappointment. No, like they're super proud. I'm doing great. But yeah, so my boyfriend is an engineer, like my dad's an engineer. So and on our first date, I was talking about some of what my dad does, and my boyfriend was like, "Oh wait, I want to be your dad." And I'm like, "You mean daddy?" And he's like, "No, dad." I'm like a COVID shot to my boyfriend. He shouldn't say no to me.
Oh.
Oh, so he and I made a lot of inside jokes throughout quarantine. Oh shoot, I messed that up. I mean to say, all of our jokes we made about quarantine, like we were inside. On Valentine's Day, I made him Mountain Dew ice cream. Yeah, right? And he gave me a ride to CVS. He's started calling me by my preferred Greek goddess's name, Narcissus. Like I said, I'm a high school Spanish teacher, and I was teaching my students about Frida Kahlo. Everyone here is familiar with her, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So she, famous. Who was in this horrific bus accident that left her bedridden for the second time in her life. But in that time, that is when she started doing all these self-portraits, looking at herself and drawing or in painting herself and publishing over 55 in her lifetime. And I was telling the students, like, oh, she is the original selfie queen. And one student goes, she walked so we could run. And another student was like, obviously you weren't listening. I'm gonna end this with my favorite impression of my students this year.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was so great. And Addison, where can we find you on social media?
Don't find me on social media.
I told you. I said I couldn't find anything about her. I sent a message. I was like, I can't find anything about this woman. Can you give me some info? Oh my God, you are hilarious. I absolutely love the sharp turns on your jokes. I love how you misdirect us all the time. And you have such a sweet face. And then these punchlines come out that we are not expecting. And it's awesome. So keep killing it. You're great. I love it. But you're a mystery online. There's nothing about you online.
No, but Vickie, I did find out stuff from her. She actually got into Spanish because she took a 3-hour.
Oh, wait. This is going on YouTube. Let's not let my students find this out.
Oh, okay. We won't tell you that at all. No, but she did take a 3-hour bus ride to see Twilight 2.
Yes, you did tell me that.
Oh my gosh. I went to Eyes Wide Shut, and if I'd spent 3 hours driving to and from that one, I would have just forgotten it, the whole thing. I would have just said, no.
I just would have dug my eyes out. I would have been like, kill me now. Like, come on.
No kidding. Yes. But awesome, said Addison. And if you can't find her on the internet, she's done a great job. Awesome. All right. So I actually found this next comedian on Red Mike as well. But you know what? This comedian is really unique. You know, I have puppets, but this comedian is taking it to another step. I want you to please welcome from Seattle, Deb Tahara, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Hey, hi there, everybody. Good to see everyone here today. So, the life of a cartoon character is rough. Let me tell you. Just to be here tonight, I had to take time off of my job, which is being an extra on The Simpsons. Here's a picture of me at work.
Oh, that's good. That's fun.
I've had so many jobs in my lifetime. I used to be a pet sitter, and my clients included Snoopy, Scooby-Doo, and Dog the Bounty Hunter. And then I used to paint houses, but I got fired for coloring outside the lines. Then I got a job working with kids, but I got fired for swearing in front of them. And look, I was not swearing, okay? I was choosing a secure password. It just looks the same.
Look on your screen.
For those of you that don't know me, I am Japanese. And I know some of you are not used to watching an Asian woman in animation that does not involve tentacles. Okay, you'll get through this. So I've been quarantining by myself for the last year, and I've become really boring and shallow. You could say I'm two-dimensional.
No.
Yes, that's right. I am a 2D character with no emotions, much like the real Deb Tahara. Yeah. And we're both flat-chested.
Oh.
2D in this case does not stand for double Ds. Oh, let's talk about my love life. It is a total mess. I used to date Fred Flintstone, but I broke up with him because he was bad in bed, Rock. Just wasn't into it when I would ask him to yabba dabba do me.
Oh gosh.
Then I started dating the guy from the Aha music video, but I broke up with him because he was kind of sketchy. It was a sketch. Very sketchy.
Oh god.
Even the 3D virtual reality characters, you know, they don't like me very much. They think they're better than me because they're 3D and I'm only 2D. That means I'll be out looking for some D, if you know what I'm saying. So, Dr. Seuss, he's been in the news lately. 6 of his books are no longer in publication due to inappropriate racial content. Now, I was going to be a character in a Dr. Seuss book, just like Cat in the Hat. It was going to be Deb on the web. I backed out of that book deal because I knew Dr. Seuss was a racist. He drew political cartoons. They were anti-Asian, anti-Black, anti-Semitic. And when I found out, his children's books just don't seem the same anymore. For example, Oh, the Places You'll Go sounds like Go Back to Where You Came From. Yeah. And I've reimagined some of his other children's books, such as How the Grinch Stole Christmas and American Jobs, Green Cards and Ham, One Fish, Two Fish, Black Face, Blue Fish.
Oh gosh.
And Horton Hears a Jew.
Oh God.
No more Dr. Seuss for me. Yeah. So I don't have traditional parents. I'm actually the love child of Photoshop and Mad Magazine. And because I'm made of pixels, I can't catch COVID-19, but I can catch COVID-1920 by 1080. You didn't catch that joke. This diagram will help. And that's it for me. Thanks for having me. I'm Deb Tahara.
All right, let's give it up for Deb Tahara. And you know what? All her social media is down right below her. Look, the cartoon is carrying all her social media right down there. It's Deb.Tahara on Instagram, Funny and Fearless on YouTube, and was it on her Venmo is Deb-Tahara.
Awesome.
Are you?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Deb, are
That was
you
great.
appearing in any featured animation movies soon? I'm just
Not yet, but maybe you'll find me on Big Mouth on Netflix. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, sweet. So go watch for her as a now I know there's a live person behind the 2D. Is a live person doing any live shows soon?
No, not yet. I'm still working the Zoom shows.
Sweet. That's awesome. You know what?
I
love
it.
Zoom comedy because, like I said, I would have never met a 2D cartoon character just going out to a normal mic. There's no one out there just doing 2D cartoon characters or puppets, out in live stuff, unless you're, what's that one guy that does the puppets? Can't think of his name. But yeah, that's so awesome.
This was great. I didn't realize you were gonna do your material as your cartoon character, but create your material about the cartoon character Deb. And it was brilliant. It was so funny. Oh my God.
Thanks so much.
So good. Yeah. And you and I did a flapper show together in November, but not as this. You did your, you, Deb, the real Deb.
Yeah. I'm a part-time human.
Yeah, part-time human. So that's why I thought this was so brilliant. You have a whole set as your cartoon character. It was so funny. Oh, it was brilliant. I loved it.
It saves me from having to put on makeup and comb my hair. I just hide behind this character.
It was so fun. This was so fun.
I want to watch a whole show of that.
Yeah, it was great.
I am envious of her. I think now I'm gonna have to do a set with my puppets now, or they're gonna host one show one night just because now she set the bar. She has set the bar.
It was just super cool.
Hey, A-Ron, let's collaborate, and I'll do a set with your puppets.
Yeah, that would be great.
Let's get together. Yes, I really would love to do that. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, I love doing that kind of stuff. And this show will be on a YouTube channel called This Just In News. If you guys aren't a subscriber, why? Besides doing the comedy shows and Bombing Run goes up there, This Just In News started as a new satire kind of thing, and I do it with puppets. I got Dave Weirdo, who you've seen, the bald guy. He kind of looks like me. The All-Seeing Orb, who's a big giant eyeball. I have a waffle. I have a law shark. I have all kinds of puppets up there, and we do new satire and commercial parodies. And it's go check that out. Have some fun, and it's a blast. Oh my gosh! So our headliner comic has to follow that. This is where.
That's not fair.
I know she can kick it. I know she can just nail this out of the park. So please welcome from Omaha, Nebraska, Kendra Karbowski, everybody. Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you. I am Kendra Karbowski. It's a car, a bow, and a ski. Don't be afraid. I keep changing husbands to get better names, but I keep having to spell them. When I first started doing comedy, I thought Karbowski's too big. I'm just going to go as Kendra K. And then one time there was apparently a typo or something, and the announcer says, "Welcome to the stage, Kendrak." A magician, a vampire, maybe a vampire. Okay, maybe. We'll see. During the pandemic, I did a lot of binge watching. Anybody else binge watch TV? I was watching Botched, which is a show about plastic surgeons that fix other doctors' mistakes. And, in retrospect, maybe getting double implants was more than I needed. Maybe just a single chin. I could have. Back with a single chin, I tell you. Speaking of implants, I don't actually have them, but I do have a problem with finding a bra that fits. For some reason, God thought it'd be really great to give my sister's A cup size to a 42-inch around chest. So I have to wear a training bra with like 12 extenders.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. I actually tried to get a custom bra made one time. I had heard that Fredericks of Hollywood, do you remember Fredericks of Hollywood?
Yeah.
They actually would make custom bras. So I emailed them, dear, Fredericks of Hollywood, explained my problem and said, can you, help me? I got a reply that surprised the heck out of me because it said, dear Chuck. So maybe I shouldn't have used my husband's computer to send it. My husband's here. It's like, you're a 52B at least, aren't you? Okay. Yeah. Oh, I was forced to go to the dreaded Victoria's Secret. And I go in and there's this tiny little paper doll Barbie. And I explain my situation. And she says, you need to go to Lane Bryant. That's where they make those big tablecloths. So I drowned her. not hard to do. She fit in a paper cup. But eventually I did get one. But during the pandemic, I kind of broke up with my bra. Don't worry, tonight you're special. I did throw a sports bra on, at least something. But the pandemic really did change up some things like dating. I heard from my single friends about this. Used to be you're an attractive guy. I'm interested in you sexually, and now it's like you've got a job with insurance. Forget dating. Let's get married. Do not rush into marriage. People make that mistake. I know I did with my first one. Your first husband's like your first house. You get it because it's cute. The second one, you get it inspected. Firm foundation, the plumbing works, and there's no bats in the attic. I like my second husband, my 2.0, hopefully my last one. He puts up with me. He handles me and my family and my ADD. What a surprise, shiny. You notice a lot of people though these days, they talk about their mental health like they're talking about their DNA. They're talking about their like DNA ancestry.com or something. It's like, yeah, so I get my Asperger's and my ADD from my dad, and from my mom I got depression and OCD. I'm getting older. I do have a little brain fog now and then, but that has helped with my exercise because I go in and out of rooms all the time trying to remember what it was I went in there for. Getting some extra steps there. So, like I said, I'm getting a little bit older and just trying to decide if I want to do something to make some extra money. I've heard about OnlyFans or like cam girls. I think maybe we should make one for like seniors, and the fantasies would be unique. There's the old help I've fallen and can't get up instead of the burglar. Or instead of the pizza delivery guy, it's Meals on Wheels. Yeah, that's exciting, I'll tell you. So with getting older, you go to your gynecologist because she helps you with hormones and all the problems about getting older. And for this, I have to grab my phone. I'm not cheating, really, I'm not. And so, unfortunately, she had to move to another state. But my gynecologist said, oh, I'm still going to do telehealth. How is this going to work? How is that going to work? I don't know. But the fun part about menopause is hair. There is a good thing about it. Hair. I don't have to shave my legs that much because it stopped growing. So I can spend more time on my beard. That was awesome about the pandemic, and I'd totally forgotten. And then I went in somewhere and they're like, oh, the mask mandate's over. And I'm like, oh, and there was like this full beard and frightened the poor woman. So I put it back on. It worries me. What's next? I mean, my God, I'm turning into my dad. So am I going to start getting the fur pelt on the back? It's frightening. You have no idea what's going on. So it's like, and I take all this time to take care of it. And like, I have mirrors, and you're getting older when you have a mirror and you're looking at yourself and you're like, oh, I must not have it on the magnetized side, the magnified. So you flip it over and yeah, it was. But thank God the eyesight starts to go right around this same time. So like, my husband can't tell if there's a continental drift. Things are shifting. Someone said, oh, he can get LASIK. I said, no, he can't. I told him it causes ED. Yeah, if he saw this naked body with actually, like, I won't let him wear the glasses in the bedroom. If he actually could see the body, it would cause ED. It definitely would. With menopause, one of the things you try to do is you try to liven up your sex life. But I have to say that is one of my greatest fears, that I'm going to break a hip during sex. Trying to explain to the paramedics why he has handcuffs on and he can't get me off the floor. Explaining that to the kids, help, I can't get off the floor. Yeah. I don't know. You got to be careful though. I almost choked in the bedroom the other night. I know. It was the dust on the headboard. If you're doing it often enough, there should be no dust on the headboard, the footboard, the ceiling fan. Oh, my husband is a good guy. He's been pretty patient with the whole menopause thing, but I caught him adjusting the thermostat the other day. I said, you can put a sweatshirt on. If I take anything else off, I'm going to scar the children. He wants to know when this madness will end. And I said, hey, there's no film for this. I mean, ladies, do you remember 6th grade? We all went to a room without the boys, and there was a film, and there was this pretty pink egg with eyelashes, so happy to become a woman. Yeah, if we had a film, it would be an angry red egg, sweating, mad, crabby. I have a fan in one hand and tweezers in the other. I'm a little early, but that's also menopause. One last thing, menopause is not a change, it's a mutation. I'm becoming an X-Man. Person. I'm becoming an Avenger, something. I'm becoming the Red She-Hulk. Oh. You don't want to see me angry. I'm powered by wine and chocolate, and I will get you. Anyway, I'm Kendra Karbowski, and I am part of Your Mom's Comedy Show, which can be found on Facebook, and it's YER. If you go to Your Mom's Comedy, you're going to find pictures of people in positions that are very hard to do. So make sure you put in the word show.
Thank you. Oh, let's give it up for Kendra Karbowski, everybody. Oh my gosh, Kendra, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at just Kendra Franklin Karbowski is my personal one, or my business one is Your Mom's Comedy Show, and we appear anywhere there's wine. So vineyards or comedy clubs, churches, you name it. We specialize in clean comedy, keeping parents saying one punchline at a time. And we have monthly shows in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. We're at vineyards. We're all over the place. And we're here on This Just In News.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kendra. You know what? Yeah, my wife's getting older. Her vision's going, because she says she couldn't see having sex with me the other night.
May I suggest watching a lot of Aquaman? Then she won't care.
Jason Momoa does it all the time. You know what? He plays Aquaman and gets her wet.
Okay.
Gets her hot. We'll just go with that.
Yeah. Okay. That's as dirty as this show gets, guys.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And I read that you also do a stress management program, Learn to Laugh at Life. Do you still do that?
I do whenever possible. All of a sudden, Norm just wanted to pop up and say hi. Yes, I do. I use HumorView, and that's Learn to Laugh at Life, where I incorporate my comedic stand-up stuff with some health education, because I, like Addison, thought that a lot of school and college would make sure I'd get a good job. And then I just had to wait for someone to die at the health department to get that job.
Great.
My cat is trying to kill himself. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I enjoy doing that. The main reason I do comedy is to make life better for everybody.
Awesome. That's, I think, why we all do it, you know?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that's great.
Feel those endorphins right now. There you go.
Yes. It's always fun for me to do a show. It's always fun to run this show. And I'm going to see about, oh, there's Zoom. I know Zoom is giving our tech, my co-producer, Anneliese, Wright, a hard time tonight, apparently. Besides the big sister voice that tells us we are being recorded. But yeah. I do this comedy because I love meeting a bunch of comedians. And you know what? I love hosting this show. And I love having my co-host, Vickie Plummer, part of this. I want to give her a big round of applause. Yeah. But also, I want to start giving a big round of applause to you, Yelena Kulick, John P. Smith Jr., not just John Smith, SummerSinclair, Addison, Deb Tahara, and Kendra Karbowski, guys. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Yes, you guys were hilarious.
Thank you, Vickie Plummer, for being my co-host. And thank you to Anneliese Wright for being Oh my gosh, we have so much fun. Oh my gosh. So that's
a fun one.
What's that, Vickie?
I said this was a fun one. This was a really fun one. Everybody was so unique and different, and it was really fun.
Yeah, so we had the whole spectrum up here. So that was the show for tonight, guys. Stay tuned next Saturday for another great bunch of comedians coming up. I don't know who we have yet. I think we're still trying to set that in stone. I'm still trying to learn how to chisel all that out. But we will have another 6 great comedians up at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, on this Justin News Comedy Club. So come on by, watch the show live on Zoom, or go check it out on the YouTube channel. So for me, Vickie, and Anneliese Wright, this has been an oddly funny production. Good night, everybody.
It was fun. That. I don't know how to do it, so.
Thank you.
This has been an oddly funny production.